of At Ease, which is a book about Pramukh Swami Maharaj, who was a prominent spiritual figure until he left his body a few years ago, 2016, I think, in August. But he has left a legacy of being in love at ease, as he appeared to be always. Now we're in the 4th chapter about embracing all. Where did we leave off? Here. Swamishri. Swamishri was on his way to the bathroom when he saw a farmer standing by the doorway. The farmer had come all the way from the village of Dedadra. Put an extra R in there. Near Surendranagar. He pulled out a small crumpled piece of paper with a square drawn on it. Swamishri, please place your finger on this map and indicate where I should dig a well. The sadhus dismissed his request as trivial and tried to move him along. Swamishri stopped them. He realized that this was a matter of the farmer's livelihood. Though the farmer had come for blessings and grace, Swamishri treated his general question like a logical query. Swamishri asked detailed questions about neighboring bodies of water, the elevation and the slope of the land, roads and around the property, and wells on the neighboring plots of land. Where are the other wells? Do they get fresh or salty water? How deep did they have to dig? After a thorough assessment, he suggested that the farmer dig a well in a particular corner on the property. Swamishri was equally patient in blessing bulls and cattle by placing his hands on them, or feeding them at the request of farmers, so that they may stay healthy to assist in the farming or yield copious quantities of milk. Swamishri traveled from village to city and farm to urban skyscraper with indifference. He understood the value that each brought to society, and for that and many other reasons, he did not dismiss one and favor the other. During his visits to homes, city halls, and even presidential palaces, Swamishri made connections with people who went unseen to their own colleagues and employees, even after decades of daily interaction. In particular, Swamishri had an affinity for car drivers, chauffeurs, and gatekeepers. Though my own friend and driver had never interacted with Swamishri in proximity, he too experienced that warmth after Swamishri's passing away. I stayed at Sarangpur for 4 days after Swamishri's cremation ceremony in 2016. I was preparing to leave for Ahmedabad with a heavy heart, for it was the end of an era in my mind. I asked Chirag, my friend and driver in Gujarat, to prepare the car and call up the 2 sadhus who were going to ride with us. In the meantime, I decided to go back for one last intimate darshan of my new guru, Mahant Swami Maharaj, who was the successor and current president and guru of the organization that Pramukh Swami was head of. That's the BAPS Swami Narayan Sanstha. Several dozen sadhus filed out of the guru's room as I tried to push my way in. The guru's personal attendant, Shruti Priya Swami, grabbed my hand and guided me to the room where the guru was lying on his back with his eyes closed. I gently touched his feet, which is an offering of respect in Indian culture. I'm sure most of you are aware. The sevak, the servant, whispered, Yogi, which is his name actually, the author of the book, Yogi Trivedi. Yogi is leaving for Ahmedabad. The next time you see him, it'll be under different circumstances. It'll be harder to meet him. Mahant Swami Maharaj corrected the comment. Yogi, we are always together. Remember that, and live how our Guru, Pramukh Swami Maharaj, would want you to. He pulled himself up to sit up in his bed and gently put his hand on my head. I walked out of the room thinking, how would my guru want me to live? And the first test came as I saw Chirag standing by the car. Swamishri would make sure that there were snacks and water for the driver during long afternoon rides in the sun. I called out to him, "Bhai, brother, make sure you have water and food in the car." Chirag was a man of a few words. He slightly shook his raised hands without agreeing or disagreeing. I could not tell if he had his meal. I went into the Guru's kitchen and asked for a water bottle and a small carton of mango juice for the car ride. I got into the car along with the sadhus, and we left for Ahmedabad. Once we were a few kilometers on the highway, I passed the water to Chirag and said, "Here, buddy, I am guessing you did not grab something to drink for the ride." He silently refused the water bottle, even after I insisted. We went back and forth a bit, but he refused the water bottle that I had gotten for him. I was annoyed and decided to keep the bottle for myself. After a few minutes, Chirag broke the silence. "Bhai, why is it that all of you take such good care of your drivers?" I half-jokingly retorted, "Because I want to get to Ahmedabad and eventually back to New York alive. You know that I am scared of driving in India and therefore employ your services." Chirag smiled and said, "Stop joking around. I am serious. There is something about the BAPS community and how you treat people who are drivers and gatekeepers." Then it dawned on me. It was top down. We had seen our Guru's attention shift from those whom he was there to meet to those who had driven him there. I asked Chirag why he was asking today. After all, I had only offered him a bottle of water. Chirag had tears in his eyes. "Well, I refused your water bottle because someone already made arrangements for me. I saw two of Pramukh Swami Maharaj's personal attendants while I was backing the car up to the door. They were sad and speaking among themselves. I could see that they were in pain after Swamishri's passing. And still, Krishna Vallabha Swami noticed me and asked, 'Chirag, are you and Yogi leaving for Ahmedabad? Did you have lunch? I will make you a plate and get you a water bottle to take back. Yogi once told me that you enjoy magas, traditional sweet made of chickpea flour and ghee, commonly shared with bhaktas as sanctified offerings in Swami Narayan mandirs. Please take back some for your family.' He made similar arrangements for another driver. I was shocked. Though he was still suffering from the loss of Swamishri's passing away, he noticed me, made arrangements for my lunch, and even remembered that I liked a specific type of sweet. And all that for me? Where does this come from?" It was the first time I had seen my burly, stoic friend show emotion. "From Swamishri, right at the top, Chirag. Swamishri used to feed and open water bottles for the bhakta, the devotee, who drove his car for 30 years, Indra Vadan Bhai. He would often stop the car at the gate to make sure that the gatekeeper had snacks and some water for the rest of his shift. I went on to share the following 5 incidents with Chirag, which eventually turned into a string of shared interactions in the car for the remainder of the 2-hour drive to Ahmedabad. Now, these 5 interactions let us read at a later time. For now, let's pause our reading of In Love, at Ease, There for Now. So, thank you for listening.